For as long as college sports has been a multi-billion-dollar business, many of the star athletes playing for major colleges have gravitated toward friendly majors that make it easier for them to meet academic requirements. Now, Auburn University's football program is the latest school to enter the controversy around some of this activity. The WSJ's Ben Cohen is here to discuss. Really big scoop here. Great job, Ben.
Thanks. So this story is about a certain major at Auburn that the faculty there voted to suspend in 2012 and 2013, those school years. And after that happened, top officials from Auburn's athletic department stepped in and attempted maybe to influence that decision by, acknowledging that if the program were eliminated, then the graduation success rate numbers for their student athletes would decline, and even at several points offering to subsidize that major by investing in the academic side of the university specifically to retain that program. So Auburn, that program still exists today. It wasn't suspended. It wasn't put on any type of inactive status. And Auburn says that the decision wasn't influenced by athletics, and it was decided by a new dean who came in who was a political scientist and had an interest in this academic discipline known as public administration, who decided to invest more resources in it. And that was the reason why all of the committees who had looked at this major had voted to suspend it, because it was a resource issue.
Right.
And that's sort of where we are now.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a serious major, but who knows? What's at stake here for the school?
Well, it sort of remains to be seen. I mean, it's a question of whether or not it's an NCAA issue, and we don't, say that anywhere in the story. But it could potentially be an accrediting issue for Auburn. The commission that accredits the university, part of their standards are that all decisions about curriculum must be placed. The primary responsibility must be placed with the faculty, which is sacred ground for any institute of higher education, that faculty makes academic decisions and curriculum decisions without being influenced by anyone else on campus. So whether or not that commission looks into this remains to be seen, or what happens if they do also remains to be seen. But that's one of the interesting questions.
Okay, so the prevailing thought is that there should be an iron wall between the two.
Yeah, and that, people who are academically qualified in the field make decisions about those specific educational questions, specifically about curriculum, because a university is only, the academic side of a university is only as good as the curriculum that it offers, especially on the undergraduate level. And if they were to find that faculty weren't making those decisions, then there might be more questions here.
Right, right. Has Auburn responded to the Wall Street Journal yet?
They responded in our story, and the football coach, Gus Malzahn, who took over right after this happened, said yesterday that he was unaware of any of this and didn't know why there were so many athletes, especially on his team, in this one particular major. But when this happened, this was in the spring of 2013. Auburn was coming off its worst football season in more than 50 years. They had just fired their coach and hired this new coach, Gus Malzahn. The next season, they won the Southeastern Conference, played for the national championship, lost only in the last minute. And on that team, 12 of the starters were majoring in public administration, including the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and top 3 players on defense.
Man, fascinating stuff. So what are the potential implications more broadly for big-time college sports in general?
Well, it sort of remains to be seen. I mean, this story is only about Auburn, but it's a question of how much athletic influence there should be on campus, right? Right. Athletic revenues and budgets have exploded in recent years with the advent of new television contracts that have made college football just a huge business. Yeah. And especially at places where college football is so important, a place like Auburn in the Southeastern Conference, which has a long and proud history of winning national championships and competing for one. This year they're ranked in the top 10 to start the season, and they were predicted to win the SEC again. It's a question of, should athletics overpower academics? Should they have a say in academics? Where is all this going? And I think that is a question that remains to be answered.
Yeah, I will be following your work, Ben. It's student athlete, right?
That's right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Good scoop, buddy.
Thanks, Lee.